Hi, everybody. Thank you for stopping by my channel. Um, so, I want to talk about something that's been on my mind for a little bit. Um, just while I'm starting my own business and having to really sit down and do some of my own reflecting work on my relationship towards money, towards success, um, towards networking. Um, I've had a lot of realization and but also kind of confirmation of just kind of how I choose, how I want, how I feel in terms of showing up in my business and how I want to run it, how I want people to interact with it, be they clients or be they other business, small business owners who are interested in myself and the work that I do, or other healers or energy workers, anybody in those kind of professions, because that's kind of my area of expertise as well. Um, and for me, I've kind of always done my own thing or kind of gone off the beaten path, I guess, or of what's typical business practices and doings. I've None of that's ever really vibed with me. None of that's ever really felt right to me. So I've really just learned to practice to take what resonates and leave the rest. Kind of like how I apply tarot. I'm applying it to, learning and business tips and everything like that. But just for me, um, I would I just there's a desire to me for just an emphasis on the fact that there is just more than one way to be successful. There's no one route. Because with a lot of the trainings and the workshops and the courses that I've taken, they do offer a lot. They've been very beneficial to me. Each class that I've actually taken, because I've signed up for some and not gone through with it because it's just not for me at the end of the day. But there's always kind of like this. I guess it's just this business practice of trying to, I guess, to make people feel like your way is the only way, in terms of marketing and business strategy and kind of generating revenue and generating clientele and to grow your business is to play on the kind of I guess the internal panic of you need this service and you need my service. You need it, and if you don't take it, you're going to be screwed basically. And I don't agree with that approach. That approach has never really resonated with me. Um, I do business owners who offer workshops and trainings and courses who are very open and honest about what the services that they do, the services that they provide. But they're also open with the fact, hey, if this isn't for you, that's okay. There's a million ways to do this. My way just may not be the way for you, and that's totally okay. I like that energy, and I like that approach that business owners and teachers and people who design workshops. I like that stance versus, oh, if you don't take my course, it's because you don't believe in you don't believe in yourself, you don't believe in the work that we do, and it's just kind of like that emotional manipulation. I feel like that, if you don't buy our product, if you don't subscribe to our service, it's because of some sort of XYZ deficiency you have or something, and it's like, no, I don't think that's the right way to. To me, that doesn't feel like an honest or a healthy approach. Because I really approach my business and my work from a place of honesty, especially in the work that I do. Honesty is a requirement. Like, honesty is just the basis of the work is honesty, emotional honesty, spiritual, mental honesty. And so in my business, it's no different. And, I strive to work from a place of honesty, and I'm honest about my prices. I'm honest about what you get. I'm honest. That's just because that's just the basis. That's just the basis for me, and that's how I choose to operate my business and operate basically in everyday life. That's what I strive for. And then there's also, for me, having my own business has also required me to really reflect on my relationship to money. It's usually been one of scarcity. Like, I worry that there will not be enough, or I'm worried that I don't have enough of what it takes to be successful or to make money. And that's that scarcity mindset that's kind of, affected me my whole life. And I feel it kind of show up in my business, because I notice that I struggle with feeling guilty about my prices, because there's that belief of like, oh, I shouldn't have these prices, they should be lower, because I want more people, to be able to afford my work. And but at the same time, it's like, well, I need to be sure that I'm able to take care of myself, and I'm able to make sure my bills are paid and I'm fulfilled, and while at the same time ensuring that my clients get the fulfillment that they're looking for from me. So it's kind of been a real tug of war internally in regards to that, because there is that part of me that's just wants to be totally selfless and like, oh, charge $5 an hour. I mean, charge $5 a reading, and like, that would probably get more hits, yeah, but that would be really draining on me. That wouldn't be functional for me. That wouldn't be fulfilling for me, because that would take a lot. That would take a lot out of me. And at the same time, I value the work that I do. I value my gifts. I value the messages that I get across. I value the clientele that I have, that have come to me, that will come to me, and it's been a real challenge for me to kind of like get out of that, oh, you don't deserve to have standards, not even in your business. Like, you don't deserve to set the prices that you set, because there's somebody over here, like, you're shutting people out the door. And it's just like, well, okay. But there are a lot of people at the door that a lot of women at the door that would be happy to pay the prices that I've set, because they see that I value the work that I do, and in return they're going to value the reading that they get, and because I believe in the work that I do, and I believe in the skills that I have, and I believe in my mission, which is to provide women with the ability to access the truth that they already have within themselves, so that they can take control of their lives and make decisions from a place of love and a place of fulfillment and honesty, and not dysfunction, right? So all of that I value, and my prices reflect that, absolutely. So it's been a real work for me to not feel guilty or not feel ashamed about pricing or valuing myself, and according to what I feel, not to what other people feel is right. Because I got some criticism about my pricing in the past, and of course, my initial reaction was like, "Oh my gosh, maybe I should lower my prices." And I'm just like, if I lower them if I lower them anymore, I mean, how am I going to take care of myself? I mean, it's just, and why am I doing it for somebody else? Like, why am I allowing somebody else to tell me how to run my business? You know what I mean? So it's just, if you can't afford it, you can't afford it. Pass it on to your sister. Pass it on to another woman in your life. She'll be glad to reach out to me, because she probably can afford it. So it's just things like that I've had to work through recently. And and it's all a brand new process for me, and I've been enjoying every second of it. It does have its ups and downs. If I could give anybody any advice, I would definitely tell them, make sure you have a job on the side. Make sure you have like a little nest egg. This was totally unexpected. This was unplanned for me. I did not plan for this. I feel like that was what's supposed to happen from above. So, because I'm a planner, I try to plan for everything. So, and it kind of gets me into trouble, because that desire for control. So, this is the one area of my life where I am just figuring out every day as I go along. So I love the experience, and I love that I decided to do my own thing with what I naturally have, what I've always had, because I know, because I feel and because I've seen it transform my life and transform the lives of the women that have worked with me. Um, and there's one more thing that I've just kind of been sitting on as well, and reflecting on, is this idea of networking. It's different for me, because my standards for networking are that we have to approach each other, from a true desire to connect, to build connection on a human basis. Like, you desire to know me first as a human being, I desire to know you first as a human being. The business just comes second. It just happens to be a part of it. I've never felt comfortable going to just like networking events, just handing out cards and like shaking hands and trying to make small talk, and then saying, here's my card. It's like, no, I mean, like, I want us to approach each other on the basis of this. I'm interested in knowing more about you as a person, and I'm interested about knowing you more as a person, first, more than anything else. Like, I want to build a connection with you, not because I see you as a stepping stone for my business, as more money, as more clout, as more profit. We're looking at each other, and we're seeing each other and approaching one another from a true desire, an honest desire to connect with one another as human beings, as people first. Building relationship, basically, with people who share the same visions, or share the same life path, the same line of work. That's how it is for me, and so I think it makes things a little bit different for me, because I'm not out at networking events. Maybe that is something that I'll have to approach in a different way, and that there be open to the possibility that maybe there are other people at these networking events that approach it the same way I do. But so that's something to think about for myself. I just had that epiphany. so maybe that's going to be my mission, the next couple of weeks, is to start going out to networking events, and also to be mindful of who I show myself to and reveal my business to, because I'm just starting out. So there's the temptation to go to every single person I see and every single opportunity I see, and that's not wise, particularly in the line of work that I do. My clientele is very specific. It's women who are interested in spiritual wellness and healing, in the spiritual arts and things of that nature. And so I have to be mindful of when and where and who I share myself with and share my business with, share, connection with, in that sense, because my business is not for everybody. It's my business has a specific intention, it has a specific goal, and it has a specific audience. So that's been another So another another layer to explore in terms of networking and how and where and to whom I want to network with. Um, that will definitely be something to think about and practice in the coming weeks for me. Um, but yeah, those are just kind of things I've been really reflecting on past 2 weeks or actually more than the past couple, but ever since I started the business, really, it's just figuring out, okay, where where do I place myself? How do I want to approach these specific topics? How do I want to approach these specific relationships towards money and success and networking? Because these are three pretty crucial things, especially when it comes to starting your own business. So I just wanted to share my thoughts and get them out. So I now have one more piece of the puzzle to be solved. So thank you for watching and have a blessed day. Mwah. Be sure to go to womaninthewater.co if you're interested in booking a reading with me. I provide intuitive, holistic guidance, spiritual guidance through tarot for women only. So if you're watching this video and you are a woman and you're interested in receiving my services, please check out my website. I will also be providing the link below, and also there will be a link to my blog, my sister blog, to womaninthewater.co. It's intended to be a digital, interactive, kind of intentional space for women, by women, to discuss healing or spiritual work, and it's also a place for me to share my personal thoughts on any and everything. So I would love to have, I would love to see y'all there, and I would love to have y'all book a reading with me. Thank you, and have a beautiful day. Bye bye.